There's only 14 pieces to this puzzle, but I do not expect it to be easy. It came out in August this year. It's by Yuu Asaka. It's called Freeze 14. The expected time to solve it is going to be 14 minutes. As I mentioned, there's only 14 pieces to it. So let's take a look and find out how difficult it is. Okay, so we have some white pieces here. This looks like the tray that we're going to be fitting everything into. So if you've watched the channel before, I'm going to assume you are aware of Yuu Asaka puzzles. If you haven't, welcome. And basically the aim of all his puzzles are to fit the pieces within a certain frame, and usually they're pretty devious in the way that they work. They're not quite what you expect. So this one is ranked 3 out of 5 stars in terms of difficulty, estimated time of 40 minutes. And you can see we've got some clear pieces, some white pieces, and they've all got to fit in here. What I thought would be quite fun for this video is if I set myself against the clock. I've not done this before, so we're going to try and see if I can do it under 40 minutes. The answer is probably no. It's probably going to be about 3 hours, but let's start the clock, get a coffee, and see how hard this puzzle is. Okay, so we've got these pieces here, so they're all kind of similarly shaped, and they fit pretty nicely to create this pattern here. Obviously, what you're going to think you're doing, I guess, is creating shapes a bit like this. And from here, we can put our white square in there and the other ones. But being aware of Yuu Asaka and his design choices, I'm going to guess that's not actually how it's going to work. I'm going to put a bold guess out there that we're going to do something like this, and a circle is probably going to fit in like that kind of shape. Possibly even maybe the pieces, they might not fit so nicely like this, but I mean, they could really be any way around. I think making assumptions basically is the error on these kind of puzzles. You don't want to assume anything, take anything for granted, but they do fit pretty nicely into the kind of middle if they're all angled like this. And we're going to need to create 6 spaces for these white pieces, 3 squares, and I think the squares, we can assume the squares can only fit into the squares. We can't fit them into the circle shapes, so that's going to be okay. But let's have a bash. You can see we're going to have a bit of a problem initially here. We're really at 2 minutes already, okay. This clock is moving faster than I want it to move. So we've got 8 of these pieces, and you can see we're just not going to be able to create enough space to make room for all these white pieces. Now, I wonder, can we get them to line up against the edge here? Is anything going to kind of fit in there? Are these clear pieces even the same shape? Yes, they're all the same. So just want to check if they're the same width at the top. And they do seem to be. First 3 anyway. So that one's a bit of a different shape. So the angle on these is slightly different. And then I guess the next question is, so they're very similar, just slightly different shapes. But I guess the next question is the shape around here all the same? I think we could probably kind of fit some of them like this. Yeah, this is definitely not right. What a mess. Right. Yeah, what a mess. Okay, time to try again. Now I don't think it can be all the pieces into the middle like this, because if we do that, we just don't have the room to fit all the spaces in, all the white pieces in. So it's gonna have to be something different. 6 minutes in, and I've done nothing. As an idea, I kind of like this. Doesn't seem to be really working, but scrap that idea. Right. Back to maybe just trying to have them all pointing into the middle, but doing it like this. So we're creating a bit of a gap here. If we do that, could we create enough space for the circles to sit on the outside, squares on the inside? There. I mean, that's the closest that I've been, but there must be something else to it. Definitely a pretty wintry feeling puzzle, this one. Pretty timely, given we're coming into November, although it is about 20 degrees outside, weirdly warm. Right. What can we do? Oh my word, look, so close, so close. One piece left. Ah. And this is why Yuu Asaka is a genius, because he'll draw you in, think you've got it, you get so close to the solution, and then it doesn't work. Okay, had a little bit of a minor camera issue there, but all back now, and let's get this timer running again. Right, so I was so close with this, it felt like it was basically right, but just not quite there. So we need another plan. Could we have something like this? I don't like these little bits that stick out, they're a bit problematic, but if we have something like this one, quite like this. Okay, we're at 20 minutes, halfway there. I don't have a solid idea of what we're trying to do yet. Playing around with a few ideas and not really getting anywhere. We've ended up with the same result again, just that one piece. I think this is what I did before, right? I think this one can fit in here. Oh, we got it. Is this it? Yes. There we go. It is actually quite an elegant solution in the end. Stop the clock. 36 minutes 52, 37 minutes let's call it. So that was pretty much on schedule for this puzzle. 40 minutes is what it said, 37 is what it took, so I am very average in terms of my puzzling ability. That's it all solved though, looks really cool, a very fun puzzle as always from Yuu Asaka. I hope you enjoyed this one. We'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out a bit further, but that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time for more puzzles.